Hey guys, it's me, Terry's Hype here on the second channel. Welcome back to some more car reviews on the TMDC channel. Now, we're here today with the brand new Hyundai Veloster N. I'm probably butchering that name. But this is a car that got added in with the new free car pack in Forza Motorsport 7, the Hyundai Veloster car pack, which adds the 2019 Hyundai Veloster and the 2019 Hyundai Veloster N. We're here today reviewing the 2019 Hyundai Veloster N and seeing just how much it compares to the likes of the other hot hatches we've taken around here, which would only be the Ford Focus ST. But anyway, this Hyundai Veloster N is obviously available in 2019, so it's not this year, it will be out next year. And from what we can see in Forza, you can buy it from the auto show for 30,000 credits. And for that 30,000 credits, which is very, very cheap, you get 270 horsepower, 260 foot-pounds of torque, and weighing 3,109 pounds. Now, for a two-door hatchback, that is awesome. That is just enough. That is what you want. It's not too much. It's not too little. It is incredible. It's like the perfect amount of power. Now, the issue is the bits we're going to come to next. Tyre widths: 235s on the front, 235s on the rear, and street tyres as standard. 270 horsepower. Obviously, this thing's front wheel drive and front engined as well. 270 horsepower going through the front wheels on 235 street tyres while trying to steer is no, it doesn't really work. It understeers like a maniac, and I like the car, don't get me wrong, but once you get through doing all the stats and stuff, I have some bones to pick with it. This car has a turbocharged 2-litre flat 4 engine that can do 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds, 0 to 115.1 seconds, 60 to 0 in 157 feet, 100 to 0 in 339 feet with a top speed of only 165 miles an hour. Now, that all sounds well and good, don't get me wrong. It does sound like overall a very good car, but when you put car to track, it doesn't really work. And the issue is, it's just trying to put too much power through the front wheels on too skinny of a tyre. Now, what you would want is 285s, 305s on the front. Maybe that'd be too much for this car. Maybe just 255s, 275s, something like that. Or put it up onto sport tyres. Maybe that would do really well for this car. But as it stands, it just doesn't really turn in. And you can't really get power on through the corner because it just spins its wheels up, it just understeers off the corner. And yeah, you can hear I do get the power on, but you have to be taking the perfect line. You have to be getting in very shallow into an opening up corner, and then you can power it on, and then you use the whole of the track. And I really want to like this car. I do genuinely really want to like this car because it has potential to be amazing. But it just doesn't drive the way I would want it to. And in that case, when you're in a game all about driving, it's not going to be a car I really come back to. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll build it up to be a great B-class, great A-class race car. Maybe that'll be a thing. I put race tyres on it, put a bit more power in it, put the race parts on it. Be fine. Just standard? Nah, not really sure what to do with it. But besides that, the looks, it looks alright. I don't know, there's nothing really special about it. It's just kind of Veloster. It looks pretty much similar to the one we already had in Forza. So South Korea, you've not really, it's some sort of Korea, I don't know which part of Korea it comes from. You've not done very well in styling it. The brakes are pretty good, they're pretty good indeed. But like I said, front wheel drive, front engined, trying to hit the brakes, and which are biased towards the front as well. Trying to ask too much. They may as well just have no tyres on the back because they don't do anything. And I mean, I've never had this car snap. That's one thing. While driving, I've never had this car snap once. It just kind of, the back end does stay where you expect it to, and that's behind the front wheels, not in front of them. So that's pretty good. And yeah, so this car is alright. There's nothing really special about it, but I mean, I suppose it's good. It's good, yeah. So like I said, this car was, out of the cars we've taken so far, this will be facing off against the Ford Fiesta ST. Now the Ford Fiesta ST is in like D class, and this is in C class, so I think there's going to be a big difference there. But next we're going to take it to the drag strip, where it gets 3 attempts to find the fastest time it can get. Now this car is really awkward to drag racing because the gear ratios do not do it any justice at all. And just kind of find itself in the wrong gear ratios at the wrong time. But the drag time that the Hyundai Veloster N got was a 13.964, which puts it into 18th place, which is ahead of the Ford Fiesta ST by about 0.8 seconds, but behind the Audi Q7 by 0.8 seconds also. Next, we were taking it to Maple Valley for 15 minutes of drifting. Now, obviously, this thing's a front-wheel drive car, it should not drift at all. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't expecting it to do well, but then I remembered the Ford Fiesta ST was at the top of the leaderboard for a very, very long time, which it's now in 5th place because of all the cars we've taken around. So the best way to take this thing around a drift course is to cheat it round, power, 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 and rip the handbrake, power, rip the handbrake, power, rip the handbrake, power. And it just gets the back end sliding, and the thing is, you don't really have to ever correct it, because with a front wheel drive car, if it ever goes wrong, what you want to do is put power on and it will correct itself, and that makes drifting really real, more like skidding, really, really easy. Now don't get me wrong, it can still go wrong. Like, you can find yourself putting too much power on and just driving towards the dirt sections, and you can't really hold long drifts in this thing. It's just kind of much angled, very quick drifts, and so this corner here was a bit of a struggle. I mean, as you can see, I did get it around pretty far, which surprised me on this lap. But I was finding a lot of the time that I was getting too confident with this car and kind of throwing it off the track, because obviously it's a front wheel drive car, I should not be doing this at all. And so I probably could have got a higher score than what we got with this, but in essence I'm very glad I didn't get a higher score, because it would have been really bad on the table for a front wheel drive car to be very high up, which, I mean, it's not too far up at the minute, but it does look very good when you do this. Like, it does look pretty damn cool when you're just ripping it and throwing it about. Like, it just, this car with the cinematic cameras does look pretty good. Like, and with the black, it does look like a very villainous car. So yeah, but drifting it, don't do it. It's a front wheel drive car, it is not made for this. But the best that we could get out of the Hyundai Veloster N was a 28,876, which puts it into 4th place, which is 700 in front of the Ford Fiesta ST, but 4,000 down on the Porsche 911 GT2 RS, as I probably throw off the track. Next, we're taking it to our dedicated test track for the series, the Suzuka Full Circuit, where this car had 5 practice laps and then it had its timed lap. Now, obviously we were not expecting this thing to do anywhere near the top of the leaderboard, but in a way I was expecting it to do pretty well, because although I do complain about this car not driving very well, it does get around the circuit very, very quickly. It doesn't accelerate very, very fast, as you can tell. 15 seconds to 100, 6 seconds to 6. Oh god, sorry about that. 6 seconds to 60. It doesn't accelerate very well, but the thing is, it does. It's like through these through the S curves we have here, it can keep, because the S curves are curves that like start really shallow and then open up. You can get power on through the corners and then get through the corners very, very quickly. This Degner curve, no, the Dunlop curve even, is probably also is very, very good. The Degners you can get round, you can just throw it into these and it just kind of grips up, which surprised me a lot. And this car just kind of stuck it was, when it comes to time for doing a lap, it just glued itself to the floor and just didn't do anything stupid. Now this uphill hairpin is just the biggest problem corner for any car. As you can see, it just bursts into massive amounts of wheel spin, which is very, very bad from a front wheel drive car trying to climb a hill. So that's not very good. Now we're coming around the turn 12. It was a very niche corner because it's one of them corners which tightens up and then opens out. So the first bit you're out very, very wide, and then the second bit you're out very, very wide as well. And spoon again, not very good for a front wheel drive car because understeer is a big, big problem. And when you're trying to push this car to the limit, you will be getting some understeer because you're there like, right, let's put the power on down very, very well, and it just starts, you put it on too early, it understeers off the course. But going on to this top straight here, the back straight, it gets to about 140 miles an hour, which is not the fastest we've seen, but then again, it's not the slowest either. And you can get it slowed down and turned in for turn something or another very, very well. Now we're coming to the downhill into the Casio triangle. This bit was pretty alright out. Slow speed corners it can get the power out of. It doesn't spin its wheels up all often because it doesn't have enough power to spin the wheels up. So it can get around them corners very, very well and accelerated on the final straight up to the finishing line. The Hyundai Veloster N against the Ford Fiesta ST. The Hyundai got into 17th position and the Ford Fiesta is in 20th position. So the Hyundai got a lap time of a 2:43.421, which is 7 seconds ahead of the Audi Q7, but 3 seconds down on the Chrysler 300 SRT8. Now I did not expect this thing to go into where it did, which I'm very, very happy that it did, because it is a good car. I do have like my complaints about it, but that's when I first started driving this car, I really didn't like it. But as you get used to this car, it does drive incredibly, and you can really get a lot of performance out of it. But yeah, should you download this car pack? Obviously, because it's free. What would I do with this car personally? Put more grip in it, put more power in it, and it'll be perfect. But as it stands, I probably won't use it stock, unless we're doing like a hot hatch showdown. But I mean, you don't really keep cars stock in Forza anyway, especially Forza Motorsport 7 with homologations, so that's fine. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this car review, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more car reviews on the channel coming very, very soon. They're around here every single Monday. And also comment down below what car you want to see next. As you can see, we do from the hot hatches to the hypercars. We cover everything and anything on the channel. But that's it from me, Tim DC Hyper, signing out.